Good morning, everyone. Really honored to be here. The data shows these days, it's about more than that. It's not just about the customer, it's about the employee. So that we know that you have happier employees, you have happier customers, and in the end, you'll actually have a more successful and sustainable business. At the same time, you're creating meaningful lives. As a global society, still unhappy. I mean, it's in our Declaration of Independence, the pursuit of happiness, and it's not a new concept by any means. There's a dude by the name of Aristotle back in 200 AD who said, happiness is actually the purpose of our existence. And more interestingly, he said, happiness is dependent on ourselves. But what's interesting is that a lot of people think, oh yeah, great customer service, but actually that's not their internal priority. Their internal priority is company culture. And the thought is if you get this right, then all the other stuff like great customer service, higher productive, more engaged employees actually come more naturally. So how do you make something that typically sounds so fluffy, like culture, a priority? This chart is showing how those best places to work in the US, for those that focus on well-being, number one, they actually outperform the S&P 500 consistently over the last 10 years. And we know the ROI of happy cultures. How do you actually calculate that? How do we stop the bleed in loss and unrealized profits? So this is a method that we've been using and it's been developed by a team over at Greenhouse. And essentially, instead of thinking only on the terms of CLTV, which is customer lifetime value, let's think about our ELTV, employee lifetime value. And so how we calculate that is that if we think about how do we look at work and reframe where we are today? So here are some lessons learned along the way, 6 of them. Number one, can you imagine for a second? Imagine if we were all being true to our weird, authentic selves. Imagine if we were living by our passion and purpose and our values on a day-to-day basis. And then imagine if we were living and prioritizing happiness first.